So on November 11th, back at the Armory in Minneapolis, Minnesota, we're gonna have two punchers getting in the ring. David Morrell Jr. returns, and he's gonna be taking on a guy named Aidos Yerbossynuly. And this guy, he's from Kazakhstan, and both of these guys are undefeated punchers, pretty much, and they got a lot of knockouts in between them, even though both guys really have minimum fights, especially David Morrell Jr. However, David Morrell Jr. is the actual WBA junior champion, I guess, or regular champion, whatever you want to call it. But both of these guys had a little kickoff meeting on Skype, via Skype. And there was some trash talking going back and forth, even though they were in their own languages and stuff like that. So, which is pretty good. It was like a respectful type of trash talk. Now, I know Aidos basically said to David Morrell Jr., he said, hey, the Cuban style ain't nothing but the Soviet Union style, because, we were the ones that went over to Cuba and actually taught y'all that style when y'all didn't even have anything like boxing or nothing. He said, we were the ones that taught you. So he said, the Cuban teachers, their teachers are nothing but the Soviet Unions. So, of course, David Morrell Jr. responded to that and he said thank you in like a sarcastic way, pretty much, jokingly and stuff like that. And at the end of the Skype meeting, when they asked both of these guys how you gonna win and whatnot, Aidos basically said he's gonna win, but he's trying to do it in a spectacular fashion via knockout. And then David Morrell, he came out and he said his goal is to win, and he's going to teach Aidos a lesson the same way the Soviets taught the Cubans a lesson as far as learning how to box and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool and stuff like that. Now, also, there were other questions that were asked amongst both men and stuff. So somebody did brought up the Canelo situation. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Keith Idit who brought up the whole Canelo situation. And Aidos basically said his goal is to, after beating David Morrell, is to go after David Benavidez. And he also felt like if he does it that way, he'll earn a spot at a title shot. And he said also a lot of people want to get in the ring with Canelo because of the payday. But at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. Who doesn't want to get in the ring because of the payday? I mean, it's prize fighting at the end of the day. But anyway, moving on. So they asked David Morrell Jr. the same thing. He also said after his win over Aidos, he's looking to fight David Benavidez also. So David Benavidez is he's looking like he's in a good position right now. If everything falls through, if everything goes through, he's in a good position. As long as his managers and the promotional deals and stuff like that can all agree on something. But yeah, so hopefully we get an action-packed fight on November 5th. Now, I know a lot of people don't know who Aidos Yerbossynuly is, but he is a puncher. The man is undefeated and whatnot. But at the end of the day, for hardcore fans, this is boxing. If you're a hardcore fan, if you don't know who this guy is, maybe you should do some research on Aidos and watch some of his fights and see what will happen. But I think it's a good, it's a good matchup between both men, because even though David Morrell has the WBA regular belt, he doesn't have that many professional fights. So this will be a good experience, a good lesson for both men. And from there, we'll see what happens. So maybe the 168 might be getting hot after all, without Canelo, to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to earn a spot to fight Canelo. It just matters if Canelo wants to fight you or not. That's how I pretty much go with any cash cow, to be totally honest with you. But with that being said, you're watching Bold and Understanding. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And on the end of that note, family, peace.